Okay, sorry for that brief moment of silence, but that is just one of the themes that I have to listen to from beginning to end before beginning a stream. Welcome back, friends, strangers, and enemies. We are finally playing the best horror game of all time. Definitely one of my personal favorites, Clive Barker's Undying. I have been looking for an excuse to get to playing this game. I was originally planning on doing this as a 1,000 sub special, but I think the fact that I got this new model warrants me getting into this game. But admittedly, that may also just be me looking for an excuse to play this again. Not that I need one, but yeah. Probably gonna be playing this game a few more times in the future on this channel, so you know what? Let's go for Nightmare difficulty.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition in its many manifestations, even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labeled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believe there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make my skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Trasanti were the biggest pains. New commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit on the hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when I was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
Okay, so right off the bat, the first thing we are going to do is open up the console, because there is a item that was never included in this game, which is only able to be spawned in through the console. Yeah, this will be very helpful down the line. Also, before we get into the journal entries, we are going to check out this Easter egg here. Just a couple of enemies that we're going to be facing down the line. Alright, now onto the journal entries. Let's see, F3. Each time my past fades from my memory, fate has a terrible habit of reawakening me. Most often the unpleasant name of Otto Kaisinger is the vehicle of remembrance. But not today. My old friend and commanding officer in the Great War, Jeremiah Covenant, has sent word. It has been years since I have heard from him. His letter came whilst I was away, sitting unopened for nearly 6 months. My joy at reading his name was quickly replaced with sorrow, then by fear. Jeremiah has fallen ill and requires my assistance at his estate in Ireland. I've not set foot on Irish soil since poor Gwendolyn's death, and I did not think anything could make me return. Could I have been responsible for her death? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, but goddamn these new contacts. Okay, just lost my place. Could I have been responsible for her death? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, but nothing in comparison to my memories. How did she end up on the floor? How could so much blood come without a sound? How was that knife in my hand, and why was Kaisinger suddenly nowhere to be found? But Jeremiah saved my life, and I cannot deny any request he would make. The necessity of my presence is somewhat vague, as his letter at times was incoherent. He speaks of his sickness as a family illness no medicine can cure. Regardless, I will go to my friend. I have booked passage on a steamliner leaving tomorrow, arriving 4 days' time. I hope I'm not recognized by the authorities, and I hope I'm not too late. A lot of exposition right off the bat. Gelzbar Stone. I have carried this artifact ever since the day Jeremiah gave it to me following the battle at the Trizanti. It seems to throw out a shockwave of considerable force, and ever since I acquired the stone, I have noticed strange sightings and visual anomalies. However, the power of the stone has a dark side. On occasion, a beast from beyond this world has attacked me. That would be the one that we just saw beyond that gate, chasing after the other enemies. My only explanation for its appearance is that I was using the stone's power for too long. I have not seen the beast for a while, of course. I have not needed the stone. My trusty revolver, a 6-shot weapon forged of metal grace. Durable yet lightweight. My military piece has seen many country and spilled many blood over the years. Scry, a spell that allows me to see and hear past events from the geographic location in which I happen to be standing. It also casts an ethereal light on enemies in darker areas, giving me the ability to see my foes as well as find my way. Yeah, this is probably also why they got rid of the lantern. As we'll see down the line, the lantern is pretty bright. I must be careful in its use, as it has no offensive power, and it seems to drain my energies for short durations. Learned men have stated that they believe that the man has yet to unlock the full potential of the mind. While traveling to the Orient after the war, I met up with a local seer, who told me that I was one of the chosen few. One of only a handful of individuals he had ever met that has this ability. May need to get some eye drops in a bit. One of only a handful of individuals that he had ever met that had this ability. He called it scrying, to be able to read portions of the past. Most of the people who possess this power, he said, over the course of their lives, eventually fell into disability, mind-tired from the barrage of images and sounds that could be heard from both the past and present, the real and the unreal. I know I have the ability to scry because of the subtle words I hear calling within me at times, begging me to look deeper into the past, deeper at what actually isn't even in front of me. But I am truly wondering if this is the gift I dreamed of or a sick curse placed on me by some unseen force. May have to also get some chapstick. Lips are dried up. Alright, here we go.
You're Jeremiah's old war buddy, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, this guy has another line of dialogue if you hang around for a bit.
I've got a couple of stouts hidden away.
I'm not sure if that conversation loops again or not, but let's get on with it. Cool. This may be a mistake. Yeah, we just wasted quite a bit of ammo on a couple of environment that we don't even really need to contend with. And it's on nightmare mode too. Let's see if we could step on these mice. That worked better. Something else that I forgot to mention, sometimes this game likes to abruptly shut down on me, so,
sorry it took me so long to get here.
yeah,
His letter said it was most
may
urgent.
have to deal with that in the future as well.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters. I apologize for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because we've lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
Hey, Aaron. Alright, just bear with me for one moment. Just wanted to send out another message to let people know that I'm live. Okay, so this is where there's actually a secret we are going to check out. I'm going to save real quick because this is going to waste more ammo, but yeah, there's a secret room here where you can access a shooting gallery. I'm gonna fail at this, but yeah, basically you're supposed to shoot these bats and you get another weapon early. Yep, game over, try again. Then you respawn here, and since I only have 5 bullets left, that is why we are going to reload this.
stuck.
Patrick, you made it.
At your service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health is a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately, the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
My thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
I've arrived in time, apparently just in time. Completely bedridden, Jeremiah is a shadow of his old self, appearing many pounds and a few shades lighter. His explanation for calling me is still unclear. He speaks of strange happenings around the estate, problems that he is unable to rectify in his weakened state, and has requested that I investigate. Hello, Lunar Panther 190. Poke back to you as well. How are you doing? Request that I investigate. I, of course, agreed. Before I could ponder where to begin my exploration, the servant who showed me to Jeremiah's room screamed from downstairs. Often, where to begin is the most difficult step. I'm just waking up? Yeah, that's also kind of the case for me. I only woke up about an hour ago. Too dark, hate games like that, hard to see. Well, it's a good thing that I have a lantern. Also, I could probably turn up the brightness. Let's see. There we go.
Can you describe what you can only see? As the bonds of flesh are broken, the world becomes apparent.
Yo, I should probably turn that back down just a tiny bit. Turn it back to normal. Now, I'm wondering if this may be a issue with my TV monitor as well. It looks like the stream looks okay, but it's kind of a bit too pixely on the monitor that I'm actually looking at. You think it's the game itself? Oh, alright. Okay, that sounded like there were... Okay, there are two of them. I thought so. I'm about to die. Yep, there we go. You play Turok, and you've noticed the game graphics are different on PC versus 64.
Describe what you can only see.
The area in the game on OCU, or OC, you can see how dark some area are verse 64. Oh, PC. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was confused for a minute there. I think it may have been a mistake playing this on Nightmare mode. Dead every corner. Yeah, typically I only play this on, like, medium, so, probably gonna struggle much more than I would normally struggle in this game. There we go.
Jammed.
Medium is only way can do for us gamers. If you really want to rage quit, we go hard mode. Yeah, and normally I don't bother with changing difficulties, but I am planning on playing this a couple more times for this channel, so I figure I may as well try all the difficulties. And here we have an amplifier. This strange crystalline stone seems to be the source of finite power that may be used to increase the power and effectiveness of my spellcasting. I must keep my eyes peeled and ears open for its pinkish hue and low hum. Yeah, and we are going to be saving those until we get a very specific spell to help us with a very, very annoying enemy. I've just returned from the Standing Stones. Whatever inspired the ancient people to build these stones out on the wind-swept isle, I cannot guess. While I have seen sights like this before, something about the stones has resonance within me. Why would ancient people trouble themselves to build these monoliths on such an isolated island? It would have been far easier to establish a similar ritual or area on the mainland itself. I find it curious that for as long as my family has owned this house, no one has taken it upon themselves to truly research the land which we own. Considering I had not returned to the manor since I was a child, I never realized the curious nature of my inheritance. Why does this area have such a strange collection of archaeological artifacts? While I strongly doubt there are any connections between the Neolithic stones, a decaying monastery, and the tower that the estate was built and wraps itself around, the significance of three major archaeological sites cannot be denied. The tower is a local legend itself. Supposedly, during a great storm, the tower just appeared on the site. Of course, no one could tell me when this happened. All I could tell is that it is a gutted shell of what it once was. No doubt this is why it has been sealed off for so long. The monastery is now a crumbled ruin. It certainly is just a remnant of some reclusive order of monks. Seems that Ireland is dotted with these retreats. I will have to travel out to the island someday. Perhaps I will take the children. Alright, we're gonna save again because I'm gonna try to show another, I'm not sure if you would call it an Easter egg, but, yeah, we missed, but, yeah, with Jeremiah turning the corner like that, there is a chance that you can kill him, and it will result in a game over. I'm not going to mess around with that too much because I just want to get on with it. The story.
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds like the ravings of a dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate. My family has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know the supernatural exists. You saw the Howlers. And what about our encounters with the Tersante during the war? You still even carry the Gelzebah stone with you.
It's a token of the shaman's life I took. That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebah on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
A piece of the puzzle. The scream downstairs was the result of an attack by a beast, something Jeremiah calls a howler. Similar to a dog, the animal was pale in complexion, had long claws, or has claws as long as my arm, and could leap several meters from a dead stop. I killed the fiend, but before I could thoroughly inspect the corpse, it vanished without a trace. It's a, pretty brilliant explanation for why bodies just vanish in video games, actually working it into the story. Upon questioning Jeremiah, I am a little more unnerved than I was after seeing the Howler. He told the story involving his brothers and sisters, an Isle of Standing Stones, and a sorcery book of his late father's. Apparently, the Covenant children, led by Jeremiah, went to the island and read from the strange book. He maintains it was just simply a prank to scare his kin. He believes something from within the ring of stones answered back, raging the sea, angering the wind, and shaking the earth. Since that time, Jeremiah has been visited by terrible misfortune. All of his brothers and sisters have passed away. I recall one late night in a foxhole, Jeremiah showed me a picture of his youngest sister, Elizabeth. No more than a teenager, she was so striking I found it hard to concentrate on his descriptions of the others. Anyway, Jeremiah is not completely convinced that they are indeed dead. Well, to be precise, he is not sure that they have remained dead. I suspect that these are delusions brought on by the memory of that day at the Stones. Otherwise, I can only imagine this is a terrible prank played upon a dying man. But if they are only delusions, why not inform me of them when we first spoke? Why would he not write me of such in his letter? Perhaps he did not think I would come. Alright, first offensive spell. The scroll Jeremiah gave me has revealed a powerful spell. It seems with proper concentration and focus on my mana, I am able to release ethereal bolts of ectoplasm from my hand. Unreliable at far range, the mystical damage seems quite effective in close quarters. And we are going to be needing to use this quite a bit, considering that this is on the highest difficulty.
Have you noticed anything strange going on?
Apparently, Elizabeth's room was broken into last night during the commotion.
Where's her room?
Just down the hall from here. It's quite a mess.
The butler said someone broke into Elizabeth's room. Perhaps I should investigate. Yeah, you can kill these guys too, but it just ends up restarting the game on you. Or level, anyway.
Tell me what you know about Lisbeth.
Why, she was a fetching young lass. Quite the fiery temper, though. She could be placid and calm 1 minute, and then suddenly she's spitting curses and swinging her nails at you like an animal. 'Tis a pity her mother died birthing her.
Indeed.
Following her mother's death, I'd raised Lisbeth like my own. In the end, the wasting sickness got her. I'd cared for her when she was sick and watched her wither away to nothing. Pity a young woman has to die in the spring of her life. Now she rests with her poor mother at the family mausoleum. The groundskeeper claims to have seen her recently. Poor man, seeing a ghost is never a good omen.
Where can I find this groundskeeper?
He's out in the gardens. You can get there through the kitchen.
Your knowledge is appreciated. Thank you.
I spoke with the maid about Lisbeth. The sibling's mother, Evelyn, apparently died while giving birth to her, and the housekeeper filled the void of her maternal absence. She said Lisbeth was a very beautiful girl with a short, violent fuse who passed away from wasting disease. I take note of the irony of someone who was so beautiful dying of such a heinous disease that calls for the destruction of their vanity. The maid said that the groundskeeper believes to have seen Lisbeth alive. Having seen Lisbeth with my own eyes, I can only believe the maid's frightful testimony. I'll go down to the kitchen and try to find my way to the gardens anyway. On nights when I cannot sleep, I look from my bed to the monastery out my window. The reflections of the waters that separate us ripple my bedroom walls, filling the room with waves of moonlight. If it is quiet enough and the wind is still, I can hear them chanting. Their prayers roll across the water and fall upon my ears like a lullaby, rocking me to sleep. It fills my body with such quiet peace. Excuse me. And yet I cannot help but wonder how something that provides so much security could at the same time haunt me. At midnight, the chanting stops. The brilliant lights of the monastery go black except for a tiny glow that emanates from the entrance to the catacombs. As I watch that single light, I can see the shadows of the monks in the entrance. It is then that I feel a slow creeping dread rise from my stomach, as if the island somehow has hold of me. I've overheard bits and pieces of a story from hushed conversations about monks who died a horrible death years ago among these grounds. It is said that their tortured souls... There's a Clive Barker name drop. It is said their tortured souls were put to rest within the catacombs, and their two brothers have stood guard at the entrance each night since. Hang on. I am going to need to get new contacts. I cannot help but wonder why. What are they waiting for? Hoping to ward off? Are they bound by the island with the same unknown force as I? The Lord works in mysterious ways, but how can a just God allow his own flock to die within sacred grounds? Surely there is another force working among us, one capable of pure evil. A loving God could never allow such pain and agony. Is it that force that eats at me at night and leaves my dreams unsettled? Are the waters enough to keep me safe? I wish just once I could lie in the grass outside the catacombs for a night and put these haunted dreams to rest. I must end these nightly visions and seek the truth. Elizabeth.
This house needs a priest.
I'd still hit it. Doesn't look too bad either way, does she? Dogs are a little fucked up, though. And... okay, I was wondering why you were hanging out behind me.
Help me!
Yeah, there are going to be more howlers in there, but there isn't anything else that shows up in that room other than a broken window, so don't go there on this difficulty. We're not going to deal with it. Yep. See, we already got these guys to contend with. Oops. Forgot to switch to the ectoplasm. Yeah, those howlers are going to come in here in a minute. Dearest Mother, all is not well here at the Covenant Estate. Joseph, my husband, who once charmed me with his goodwill and smile, now seems distant and reclusive. I realize that when we met there are those imperfections one must look past, and that your heart helps you forgive. However, Joseph's strange obsession keeps him in the library at all hours of the night. Excuse me. Seldom are we spending time together, and even more rarely does he want to exercise his husbandly right towards me. I'm beginning to feel inadequate, especially when he talks of his desire for children prancing around the estate. What am I to do? I bide most of my time alone in the greenhouse, reminiscing of my sweet youth and the rich and gallant Peter Rakana, who would wait patiently on me and shower me with expensive gifts, like my beloved pearl necklace. Things could have been different had I kept that social path. Instead, I feel like I'm the fool for getting involved with Joseph Covenant. His prime moments are being spent in his library with books twice as old as me. Apparently, my visage can't garner his attention. What dear advice could you give me, dearest mother? I'll be waiting for your response. I hope that this letter finds you and Father well. Tell Father not to worry about his little Robin, that I've left the nest, but I shall never leave his heart. With love, Evelyn. And here they come. It is truly a pity that my dear wife Evelyn passed away birthing Lisbeth. She would have loved to see them all grow. I cannot help but think that she would have been able to tame this wild streak they have all exhibited lately. A mother is a soothing influence. I unfortunately cannot offer them this solace. I wish I could understand what brought on this recent behavior. I have received a letter today from Ambrose's boarding school. He has been expelled. I don't know what to do with that boy. With the behavior of the children so appalling, I have no choice but to bring them home. Perhaps I could find a tutor. I hope being under my watchful eye will calm their spirits. The last 6 weeks have been terrible. The tutor was a complete disaster. In fact, the poor man just packed his bags and left in the night. Any form of discipline is hopeless with Ambrose, and almost seems completely lost on the others. The only thing I've been able to do is play to their interests. I have noticed that each child has their own avid curiosity. Strange to see it manifest at such an early age, but who am I to discourage the one moment of peace I can find with them? I now understand why the children are behaving weirdly. Jeremiah came to me frightened and crying. Several years ago, the children broke into my library and procured one of my research books without my knowledge. But how was I to know a 12-year-old boy would take an interest in these dusty tomes? I do not know what passage they read, but I suspect that it has led to the current predicament concerning their behaviors and eccentricities. Jeremiah says they woke the spirits of the island. Hopefully, I can determine what the children have done. Perhaps there is a solution. I've pored over the volumes of research, and I am no closer to understanding what Jeremiah and the children have conjured. None of the incantations in the book could have caused this to happen. Calling a demon or consulting spirits should not have such long-lasting, disturbing effects. I even traveled to the stones. Nothing there gave me clues as to what happened. Perhaps if they had only told me at the time, I would have more insight. Now any clues would be long gone. I've determined that the stones are some sort of focus. Perhaps there is a reason so many people have been attracted and repulsed by the land. It seems that my own fascination with the standing stones has wrought its corruption on my children. There we go.
Don't tell Jeremiah, but I think Brady's drinking on the job again.
This isn't good. Won't budge. Need a key.
There we go.
No love lost there.
Cool.
Jammed. Jammed.
Since this game has a chance to shut down on me periodically, I am going to have to make a habit of saving often.
Is that the door to the gardens?
Yes, it is. However, I don't have the key. I lent it to the maid. I believe she's cleaning Herr Keisinger's room today. It's located in the east wing of the house.
Thanks. I appreciate your help.
The door to the manor gardens is locked. The cook says that the maid is the only one with the key, and she is cleaning Keisinger's room in the east wing. Keisinger. While that name may not ring true for the servant, I am deeply disturbed that Otto Keisinger would even be here. What the hell does that bastard want with my friend and his family? I can only be sure that when our paths cross, he will get more than a stern word from me. I only wonder how he plans to answer my questions when my hands are gripped tightly around his throat. Otto has done more damage to my reputation than I care to remember. I have no doubts that should he find out I have made it to the Covenant Estate, he'll stop at nothing to foil my attempts. Or at uncovering mysteries that seem to be plaguing this family and my dear friend. Here's another Easter egg.
Lovely day, isn't it? Go away! Oh, I thought you'd be taller. Leave me alone!
Hey, Aaron.
Where is it? know it is around here someplace. Ah, here it is.
Reddish leaves swirl in the wind, like lost souls in search of rest. Like an open sketchbook focused on my dreams, the land is forever pictured as a comforting autumn dusk. Replete with a golden sky with cracking river water and bubbling marshes that dot the land. It feels like a romantic artist's canvas. Upon further investigation, I have sensed horrendous visions of a gnarled doom, decorated as a picturesque facade in the endless autumn dusk. Spiny trees root deep into the foul earth, licking the ground dry of all that is good. Carcasses populate the brush, their putrid remains swallowed whole by the land, and corners of this malevolent area are teeming with vicious, ungodly prey. All whilst the grass stretches over the land, twisting together like veins of pulsating sinew, as if the ground were alive. Keen of the inhabitants that preyed on its back. Beady black soulless eyes flash across the air. Tiny, quick-winged bats streak through the bright sky, flying razors, waiting for the perfect moment to descend. As they swoop by, I see sharp, bloody teeth, a wicked, demonic smile. From the darting blurs, I hear ominous whistling that chills my soul. They own the skies here. Wraith-like hooded minions, overseers without hearts or soul, patrol this land. Slash and stitch technique permeate their faces and arms, patched together like cheap quilts. Excuse me. Using skin from their bodies to rank corpses, they gather and live like packs of rabid wolves, investigating fights for supremacy. These abominations thirst for my destruction. They are mostly clustered around footpaths that seem to transverse upward along cliffside, but alternate groupings are planted among watering holes and hollowed trees. Further down the path, it is as if the shadows are swallowing the surroundings whole, without a penchant of logic or a drop of meaning. It is as if the only reason for this actually lies in darkness itself, like royalty that rules the black void, entombed in the night infinite. It is she, the eternal mistress of shadows, Erin.
Becomes reality. He will rise again. The ritual continues through our blood.
Alright, see you around, Aaron.
Bethany often used this room as her office after Jeremiah left for the war.
Why do I waste my time with posers and fools? I realize now that my correspondence with these others has been a waste of my time. Father had done more research than I could truly appreciate until now. Most of these other magicians are braggarts who act the part but rarely have an inkling of the truth. I've tried to contact the Golden Dawn, but have been ignored and insulted since I am not from the continent. Alistair Crowley insists I become his acolyte. I suspect it is more of a harem. His vanity is boorish and fraudulent. He is as confused as my brother. Both are lost in vices. While Aaron numbs himself and seeks escape, the great beast actually believes it to be revelation. A few have been unresponsive or cryptic. I suspect if I pursue them, I might glean some knowledge. However, I am beginning to realize that my research and documentation are beginning to plateau. What I have learned must be put into practice. Perhaps the nature of the knowledge I seek cannot be found within the society. Trial and error has slowed my learning, due to the long recovery periods. The help probably suspects something is amiss since my health fluctuates drastically from the rituals. They wouldn't dare say anything. Besides, I can always blame eccentric fortitude upon my family legacy. That should be enough to excuse my bouts of weakness. Besides, Aaron languishes in a stupor even now. Bethany. Jeremiah, I am writing to you about Bethany. She has become obsessed with Father's books since he left for the war. She is increasingly paranoid and secretive. She locks herself in her sunroom or disappears on horseback. I know she is corresponding with a number of outsiders. I feel she is making family business known to those strangers. I doubt we would want her bringing unneeded attention to the family. You know, she is the last person we would want near those stones. Excuse me. You know, she's the last person we would want near those stones. How could you have left us? I could feel the fingers of this curse reaching out to us. Don't think you can escape. You know that you have to come back. Damn it, Jeremiah, you have doomed us all, and you are a coward for leaving us. Can you hear the whispers, Jeremiah? Even on another continent isn't far enough. Remember, I tried to go as well. I still heard them, even in Asian dens and German gutters. I figured it out. It's inside. It won't be long before you cross the threshold, brother. Aaron.
Won't budge.
And I'm dead again. You know, there's not really anything in here except for that note, but we're gonna pick it up again anyway.
And used this room as her office after Jeremiah left for the war.
Jammed. Won't budge.
Yeah, one of the notes that you could get is actually out of sequence from what I've experienced, so I'm wondering if there's a way to access that room before you have to come back here and get the other piece of... Okay. And it shut down on me. It crashed. Let's, knew this was gonna fucking happen. It always does. Elizabeth bit me today. I cannot understand what has gotten into her lately. She used to be such a graceful, proper little girl. She even licked her lips afterwards. I believe I should leave this place. Mary Turner. There's our second amplifier. Yeah, you can waste those ether traps on these ghosts, but, yeah, just walk right past them. No need to do that. According to legend, ether traps have the ability to tap into another ethereal plane of existence, and in doing so, the traps themselves become black holes in which spirits can be whisked away and temporarily trapped in another dimension. And while I'm certain that these magical weapons were not meant for our eyes, I am always humbled when my course of studies proves truth to legend. And this is the part in the game where you need the lantern. You can use the scry ability, but the lantern is much more convenient. Yeah, you'd be firing blindly if you didn't have that at your disposal. Third amplifier. Yeah, be sure to get that as quick as you can, because that thing will drop and crush you.
What is that?
That is a scarrow. Another reason why you want the lantern. Is it Scarrow or Scarrow? Either way, these things will... yeah. Turn the lantern off, the thing will attack you, but if you turn it on, it'll start cowering.
Won't budge.
I'm not sure where it went now. I guess it's gone now. Unless it appears down here. There it is. Yep, see? Spits acid at you. Turn on the lantern. Man, now it's dead. Yeah, I couldn't remember if that secret was around this part, or if it shows up at a later point in the game. But there is a wall that you can go through in this area.
Won't budge. Jammed.
Yeah, Molotov cocktails, these are kind of useless, but I'm gonna pick them up anyway. The power really is here. I can feel it grow as this family shrinks. 10 little, 7 little, 5 little Indians. So sad that I spilled Covenant blood prior to my arrival. Ha. It was a trifle beneath me, but arriving without cause nor invitation at the king's throne simply would not do. Insufficient fodder she was. But Patrick Galloway? How is it I did not foresee his arrival? Still strange to me that Jeremiah's affection for the Irishman did not waver with time. Even after that wonderful night at Cashel, I await his arrival. Otto Kaisinger. Save again. Some connections are made to be discovered, while others should remain unseen. Some lands are best never spoken, as their hell lies in between. The words ring in my mind like a dream, with irony not lost. For Aneros is simply that. The dream city of forgotten souls, governed by none but watched by many. With the sky that bleeds crimson, it is the only uncharted realm this scholar has witnessed. For the single time I attempted to graph the land, it seemed to belittle me by changing shape. I will keep watch over this tower until the entrance can be sealed. Otto Kaisinger. I'm gonna turn this lantern on again. Okay, I don't remember how to do this Easter egg. I don't know if you use the scry and you... Yeah, I can't remember how to do it, but there's a donkey that shows up if you shoot through this window, and I think you're supposed to be using the scry spell. I'll have to look it up again later, but we're not going to bother with that right now.
Show you real magic.
And apparently that's the guy who does the voice of Duke Nukem. I haven't played a Duke Nukem game yet, but it looks interesting enough. I'm gonna have to try that out sometime in the future. And away he goes. Wait, was that another Scarrow over there? It was. And back to the real world. I've heard of this weapon only in story. Created and forged of gold, it is a mystical weapon of Tibetan folklore that was lost in the mountainous area during a great battle. They called it the war cannon. Rumor has it that the person that holds the weapon must be pure of heart for it to function correctly. I seem to be able to discharge some sort of cold sphere out of it. I wonder if it can slow down these bastard creatures. More Scarrows, let's ignore them. best to just run past these things. Oh wait, that's the church. It's not going to be very long before this game crashes on me again, so let's save.
Stop.
I honestly shouldn't be wasting ammo on these things at all since I have the lantern out. Another amplifier. Groovy. I don't know why my model looks like it has its mouth open constantly now. Let's see if I can rectify that. Hang on a minute, this is gonna bother me if I don't fix this. And it still looks like it's open. Whatever, let's continue. Okay, that seems like it fixed it. I think. Kinda sucks that Patrick doesn't have any pyromancy spells. Fairly certain this can stop or affect any and all magic I may encounter. I might try this spell on an obstacle of smaller magnitude, lest fail in my most dire time. There we go. This also helps with these things. At least it's supposed to. Yep, there we go.
Stop. Jam. Stuck. Stuck. Won't budge. Jammed.
Here we go.
Stuck.
Yo, let's use the Molotov cocktails since we have 3 more of those to spare. Also, yeah, let's keep the lantern on. Huh, first try this time around. I usually have to struggle to pick up that amplifier. Yeah, I'm honestly amazed that I still have 5 health packs. Figured I would have used them all up by now. Oh, there's another
Stuck.
one.
Jammed.
More ammo.
Jammed.
And another howler. Save again, because this is another place where it likes to crash on me. Oh, I shot him. Okay, that's, yeah, you're not supposed to shoot the, servants. You're supposed to, protect them. Well, I didn't save him, but I at least got the, silver bullets for my trouble. By killing that howler.
What are you doing here?
Just tell me where that trail heads off to.
Bethany used to go horseback riding in the hills, but that was so long ago.
I can't remember if this guy has additional dialogue or not. I am going to let this sit here for a moment, going to take a short break, maybe get myself something to eat, and we will continue in a while. I will have my ears peeled in case he does say something further on the matter.
If I have to cut one more shrub,
Okay, so it seems like there was additional dialogue after all. It was just him complaining about the shrubbery.
Won't budge.
Nothing further to say about Bethany, though. Also, oh, there he is.
Jammed. What can you tell me about Lisbeth?
I've seen her. I've seen poor Elizabeth on the heather.
When?
I was coming back to the manor one evening, and I saw a silhouette perched atop a hill. At first, I thought it was a banshee, but I caught a glimpse of her face by the family mausoleum. It was Lisbeth, poor dear.
Family mausoleum?
It's to the west of the main house, through the trees.
Is that near the standing stones by chance?
Standing stones, you have no need to go out there. There's nothing but bad luck and suffering for all who visited that island. I'll unlock the gate to the outer grounds, but I assure you that venturing out to the standing stones will lead to no good.
I finally spoke with the servant that the maid said had seen Lisbeth. He is convinced that he saw her perched on a hill, watching him. West of the manor, the family mausoleum seems to be the first place to investigate. Let's save again.
You're moribundio, mamma.
You'd make a tasty treat yourself, Lisbeth. Too bad we're gonna have to kill you down the line. There we go. And this is the spell that you want to upgrade fully before you go any further. At least from my experience, anyway. This spell causes creatures I have just killed to be brought back to life, this time to join my cause. As disturbing as it is to call the dead back, I'm afraid that if this scroll doesn't work correctly, I may be raising the devilish creatures only to have to fight them all over again. There is no accounting for what might happen should I attempt to use it on a living organism. Let's heal as well. Oh yeah, I forgot this place had a, yeah. Area actually has to load. And this is why you need the invoke spell. These things do not die unless you disintegrate them. Save again. There's something up here that can actually help with your magical abilities. There we go. These strange tattoos seem to heighten my ability to channel magic. They also remind me of the tattoos the Trasanti shaman had when we fought him in the war. With these tattoos, I feel the mana surge into my being. No doubt the more of these I find, the better I can battle these abominations. See if there are any more skeletons we can kill. There's one. I think that's about all we have. There's nothing else here. Off to the monastery. Yeah, that's what happens when you use the invoke spell on something that's alive. It'll kill itself. Like, only on the humans, though. Oh, you did see what happens with the skeletons. I can only hope that someone will find these scribblings of mine. Someone who can continue my quest, for I may not be long for this earth. I seek a magical talisman, an evil weapon known as the Scythe of the Celt. I fear that this weapon has fallen into the wrong hands, and so I have undertaken a quest to find the scythe, before it was taken from the ancient monastery. You see, hard as it may be to believe, there is a way to travel back into the days when the monastery was populated by the wise monks who first found the Scythe of the Celt. These monks were versed in the ways of magic, and they had a portal that would allow them to travel across distant lands, instantaneously, across distant times as well. I know not exactly where the portal is, but I do know that that 3 items were required to open it. A golden medallion in the shape of the sun, a potion made up primarily of mercury, and finally an ancient scroll on which the incantation to open the portal was written. I myself have found this medallion and hidden it nearby, but the other 2 components elude me yet. And now it appears I will never have the chance to find them. I have broken my leg, and I fear that these strange dog beasts that roam the land can sense my weakness. They come closer with each passing of the sun. I fear that they will soon attack. My faith be my armor. Brother Jonathan McMire.
Locked.
I also got another Easter egg coming up pretty soon. May have to save again. I wonder if I should have taken a longer break, gotten myself a grilled cheese or something. Still pretty hungry here. You know what, let's pour some Cajun trail mix. Was planning on saving this stuff, but rather than leave the computer again, I am going to munch on some of this. Damn it!
You must have a death wish.
And more howlers. Kind of forgot that I have silver bullets, but we may want to save those for another occasion. Speaking of save... Oh, I am out of health packs. That is not good. Yeah, that's really not good. And now we get a boomstick. Double-barreled shotgun of potent force. It appears I may choose between firing off individual or double shots, dependent on my taste for maximum effectiveness in close-quarter combat. There we go. Here's another Easter egg. You stand at the edge of this plank here, and you keep jumping until you see... giant sheep. Well, this is gonna suck. Oh, there's another secret here. Apparently you stand in the middle of this room, or maybe you actually approach the wall. I don't remember if you're supposed to stand in the middle of the room, approach the wall, then you go back to the entrance where you came in. Go back. There is a way to get through that wall. Well, the method is not working, so we are going to use the astral command and walk through. And message from one of the developers. Tam, I thought I'd write you a sappy little love letter and hide it away in this deep inside of this crazy horror game I'm working on. Of course, the only way you'll ever see this is if I show it to you, since you're much more of a solitaire Tetris kind of girl. So here I am at work on a Saturday. You're hanging out with your girlfriends, fighting off morning sickness all the while. You're about 7 weeks pregnant with Junior, Tammy or Dave Jr., we both don't know which. And we're still trying to get a handle on how our lives are going to be within another 7-8 months. Well, I think things are going to work out great no matter what your uncle thinks. Just kidding. Just think, in another 3 years or so, she'll be old enough to play Undying and find this note. Wow, I better keep it on the mellow side then, huh? Seriously, babe, I love you. I think you're going to make a great mom to a great kid, David. So yeah, Astral again. There we go. Yep, and skeletons. Not gonna contend with those things, just keep running. And there goes Lisbeth. Damn it! Okay, I need to find more health soon. Nothing hidden back there. You know, even though I have played this game a countless number of times, I'm sure there are still things that even I haven't figured out about it yet.
How can this be breached?
There appear to be hidden chambers beneath the monastery rooms. There are several large bricks blocking the way in. Too large for me to dislodge. Perhaps if I found some sort of explosive, I might be able to blast my way past them. Yeah, after we get that ammo, we'll check that out. Damn it! You know what?
Be breached.
Fine, we'll look at the ghost monks mumbling. Health pack, finally. Wait, I had 2 of them? When the hell did I pick up the other one? And I'm about to lose it all again. These small magical trinkets enable me to hold more of my mana and allow me to fire my spells more often without fear of draining my magical energy so quickly. I need to keep my eyes out for more of these mana well containers, as they'll no doubt help me with my spells and my endeavors. Okay. Late harvest day of our pertinence. Excuse me. In the year of our Lord, 1231 AD, a garrison of brothers was dispatched to the outer island to establish a vigil over the Ring of Standing Stones on the Isle of King's Head. From our monastery, we have kept watch over the site for well over 200 years. Without a doubt, it is a focus of a natural power, which must be guarded with persistent. Yeah, that was kind of obscuring my vision there. With persistent vigilance. For years, we were content to stand sentinel over the megalithic site, and we bore our burden with honor. Now I must confess great concern over the direction the abbot is guiding our brotherhood. It has been a long time since we have had any communication with Rome. Fierce storms have isolated us on the island and swept away many brave brothers who have attempted to make the crossing to the mainland isolated from our superiors. The abbot has undertaken an investigation into our predicament. Hang on. So many goddamn problems today. Whether it's dry throat, dry lips, or moist throat and cough, I am just all manner of fucked up today. Excuse me. Convinced that we are bewitched by agents of the supernatural, it has been decided by the abbot that we will exhume the grave that lays betwixt the Ring of Stones. I fear what we may find. Late harvest day of toil. It has grown bitterly cold since the day of the dig. Snow frosts over the fields and crops are ruined. Those on the dig describe discovering the withered body of a man clutching an ancient scythe. Though it is sacrilege, the abbot ordered the men to retrieve the weapon for study. The abbot hopes that in understanding the artifact, we may shed a light on the strange curse that we are experiencing. Late harvest day of Congress. One of the scribes, Brother Abris, was overtaken with bloodlust while studying scythe. He struck down a number of our brothers. If it hadn't been for the timely intervention of Abbot Constantine, many more would have fallen. The abbot declared that the ill-wrought weapon be destroyed before its wicked nature infects us all. The ritual requires us to destroy the item, and may be more dangerous than the weapon itself. We will walk the border of shadow to be freed of this cursed weapon. May we be protected from the fiends. I pray that we are released from this curse, or else may the saints preserve us. Brother William Tufnell.
What was that?
And there we have it.
Stuck.
Who dares enter my realm uninvited?
Damn Keebler.
This could be useful.
Standard dynamite. I'm sure this can do damage to both the surroundings and these vile creatures. Indeed it can. You two aren't going to say anything? Okay, I may be remembering this wrong, but I was pretty sure one of those things was, or one of those monks was supposed to say, "The devil walks among us." Oh, that's the wrong way again. That's also the wrong way. Here we go. There we go.
Jammed. Won't budge.
You know what? Yeah. Instant regret. You know what? Blessing in disguise. I kind of forgot that room was there. Now I have an extra health pack.
Won't budge. Jammed.
Should have tried the direct approach to begin with, instead of being sneaky. There we go. That's foreboding. Yeah, this is where the mercury flask is, I believe. It's either the mercury flask or the time incantation. I don't remember which item it was in particular. Yeah, let's do silver bullets for now. When I'm this low on health, then, I really don't want to risk it. Ah, there it is. Okay, I'm screwed. Yep, screwed. Oh, there he is. Okay, time incantation. The mercury flask is in another location. And switch back to normal ammo. Yeah, I'm not going to bother reading that right now. There are way too many logs in this game, so I'm just going to leave that on screen. You can read along with me, and, yeah. Not going to narrate. go. Okay, and now we have bats to contend with. Hate those damn things. The hell was that?
Stop.
Oh yeah. Okay, this one I will read since it's a bit shorter. Man who could only have been the monastery's abbot was at one time in possession of a key which opened a grand set of heavy double doors. I am hoping that beyond those doors lies the lower catacombs and perhaps Elizabeth's lair. When I make my journey to times long past, I will have to find the abbot or his chambers and gain possession of this key. Oh, he's dead.
Stop.
Oh yeah, this part. This part is very annoying. Yeah, basically a wind blows out the candles and you have to relight them to stop the skeletons from spawning in and attacking you. There we go. That's better.
Won't budge.
Oh, that's the entrance again. You know, it still sounds like one of those things are wandering around, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe that sound's just supposed to play periodically after they get spawned in. There we go. And I have no doubt the game is going to crash when I go down here, because it always does whenever I play it.
Who are you, Jeremiah? No, you're an antelope!
Won't budge. Stuck.
Damn it! There we go. Alright, save again, because I'm still paranoid about the game crashing again. Alright, once we get through this area with Elizabeth and, get that scythe, I think we're going to be shutting down for the time being. Let's just grab a couple of these items before going forward.
The devil walks among us.
Okay, that's where the line came from. Yeah, then he followed that up with a,
Father, I am your sheep.
yeah. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Temptation has overtaken me. I must leave my brethren, yet I fear there may be difficulties. No one has ever left the monastery alive. My fellow monks have eyes of the eagle and ears of the hound. Therefore, I must walk quietly under the cloak of night. Perhaps, if they do not see me nor hear me, I will pass safely. There is yet another reason for my leaving. Weeks ago we uncovered the scythe of the Celt. Out near the standing stones, this evil artifact has now infected us. I have seen a change in my brothers and in myself. Our minds are cursed. We spend less time with our quills and more time with our weapons. The scythe is a very powerful weapon, very adept at killing, but there is a price. I pray that the ritual at the church can summon the forces necessary to destroy the scythe and return us to peace. I will not be present for the ritual, as I will use that time to slip away quietly into the wilderness. Protect me, Father, Brother Shanaban. He's dead.
Brothers to arms! I just heard something. You want to dance with a servant of the Lord?
Feels kind of wrong to go around shooting up monks. But they have gone insane.
Won't budge. Jammed.
That didn't work out too well for him. I am amazed that this hasn't crashed on me again just yet.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Need a key.
And that is lifted straight from an illustration, but I don't remember where. I did see that in a occult book before.
Stuck.
Who's there?
You know, I may end up leaving the Elizabeth section until next time. I just kind of want to get through this monastery, at least. Yeah, there's another secret here. You have to hit this lever. Drain water from a lower location, and you have to knock this book over. There we go. Silver bullets, ammo, phosphorus shells, and a mana well. That's the way outside.
Take him now!
Stuck.
Forgot how generous they were with the health packs in this part. How many is that now? 14 health packs. Groovy. And another amplifier. How many of those do we have? 6. Okay. Still not going to use any of those just yet.
Jammed.
Monday, transcribe. Tuesday, transcribe. Wednesday, transcribe. Thursday, replace window in the church tower. Friday, Saturday, transcribe. And Sunday, rest. Best note in the game. It's short, so I don't have to read that much.
Won't budge.
Oh yeah, that's where I came from. Alright, we're just about through here. Oh, he used that confusion spell on his... on one of the monks. Okay. Never seen that happen before. Normally I have those guys killed before they can even get in the way. And there it is. Best weapon in the game. The Scythe of the Celt.
This can't be good.
I find the Scythe of the Celt to be quite the disturbing force. It's clear from the history of the weapon that it is particularly effective in exterminating the most heinous of entities. At times it seems to pull me in the directions of combat, almost as if it's seeking pain and destruction. Wreaking havoc on my mana when in my hands for a long duration, it seems to replenish my health in particularly frenzied fighting. I have learned not to fear many things in my life, but there is something within this weapon that stirs a horror within me I cannot explain. And on that note, this is where we are going to be stopping for the day. I was hoping that I'd at least be able to get done with the Elizabeth quest before calling in quits, but yeah, it has been 3 hours, and I am also planning on streaming in later on tonight. Not this game, we're maybe going to do this on Monday. I'm not sure where this is going to fall into my schedule. Hell, I still have to get back to the Coffin of Andy and Lele. I haven't played that in a couple of months now, but yeah, later tonight we're going to be doing more Persona 3 Reload. Thanks for tuning in, Lunar Panther 190. Hoping to see you again in the future, and here endeth the stream. Until next time.